have a look at the transformer as I plug everything in and hope I live. All right, I'm alive. Sweet. Okay, good start. Okay, I've got some work to do. Whoa, that scared me. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Okay, welcome back to another episode of Gamatron. Well, it looks a little less trashy from the first couple of episodes, don't you think? Kevin did an amazing job restoring this cabinet, and now the ball is in my court to try and make the machine actually function. So I've got some hacks to sort out here. Is that light bulb socket has been cut? Is that the case with this guy too? Okay, well, someone decided to either never install these sockets or cut them. So add that to the list. And that's kind of another potential argument for just going with 7-digit displays and getting rid of those stupid sockets and dummy zeros. You know? I was just trying to keep this machine under $10,000 though. And, you know, I'll share the budget with you on this one. I don't always share the budget. But I'll tell you, I spent $2,500 for the machine. Did come with spare playfield and back glass though, so I might be able to recoup some of that. Hopefully most of it. I mean, I don't really know what it's worth, but we're gonna find out, because I will be selling that to help ease the pain. The work for the cabinet, you know, Kevin did a buttload. If you've been following along, the head practically needed to be rebuilt almost from scratch. He was able to salvage the left side and the top. The rest is all new, custom cut wood. And so there's cost of wood, there's cost of polishing up the metals, powder coating the legs, the paint, the Bondo, even the nice shiny brand new side rail nails. So when you add up all that, the bill for Kevin was $2,350. So getting close to the $5,000 mark without factoring in. Where is my little budget here? I need to find a 10 by 10 frame for this. So we got some rubbers, 60 bucks I just called it. LEDs, that's going to be maybe 150 bucks plus the Siegecraft / LED adapters. That's another 70. Leg bolts, leg levelers, cabinet protectors, pop bumper parts, and I haven't even included all the circuit boards yet. So let's just say $5,000 with LEDs, cabinet, and project machine. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna cost another $1,000 in boards and miscellaneous at a minimum. So do I want to spring for new LED 7-digit displays? Another few $100, maybe more? Can I muster up out of my parts bin enough 7-digit displays to potentially piece this together? But you know what would be kind of ideal and cool? Brand new 7-digit LED displays that are blue. Just go all out, and then not have to use the red film. I can just remove that completely and not have to use the dummy zeros, not have to use the sockets that are there to illuminate the dummy zeros. I can remove them completely, and I can go that route. So let's see, we're up to we're getting close to $7,000 Canadian, of course. What's a Gamatron worth? Therein lies the problem. We don't really know, but this is going to be one of the nicer ones in existence, so there's that. Whatever I sell this for, subtract that off the cost. So anyway, that's, you know, I try and work on a LEP budget, low end pins, and this is definitely not that. This is more of a HEP style job, you know, high end pins. Chris Hutchins does some of the most beautiful work, and you know, Kevin is basically our local HEP. But I like to try and LEP things up because that's how I roll. Anyway, this is not that, so as much as I want to potentially LEP up these displays, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, the goal for tonight is to test out the transformer and power supply. See if we're getting voltages, see if we're getting proper voltages, make sure all the fuses are the correct values. Probably be doing some re-pinning of connectors. I noticed that this red wire here is just kind of tied on to one of those lugs. Goes to a fuse holder and then goes to general illumination on the back door. So why did they do that? I'm not sure. I'll have to get to the bottom of that. But first things first, I'm gonna plug this thing in, and I think I need the J2 or J1 connector plugged in to feed everything power. So I just got to remember which one I got to plug in there. This is just for all the back box stuff, so I'll keep that unplugged, and then we'll turn it on and see what happens. So let's get started. All right, so I believe it is J2 that needs to be plugged in, so narrow this down to J2. And also discovered that the volume pot here, gray-black, and the speaker wires, yellow-brown, they all feed around here, and so this entire connector is just for those items. So there's that. Okay, I don't know if that has anything to do with this, but we're gonna figure things out one wire at a time. So I think it's safe to plug in the machine, so let me actually, the cord's right here. I just don't know if the power switch is on or off, so I don't know which point things will start to explode. So let's have a look at the transformer as I plug everything in, and famous last words, hope I live. All right, I'm alive, sweet. Okay, good start. Now, let's flick the switch. Okay, I got my hand on the switch. 3, 2, oops. This switch is so light that it just kind of clicked on me on number 2. All right, so we got anything? We shouldn't. Could have potentially had coin door lights, but okay, now time to bust out the multimeter. All right, got the multimeter on DC voltage. Let's hit up some test points here. Test point 1. Doesn't look like a good reading. Test point 2. Looks like we got 12 volts. It's a sign of life. Test point 3. Now one of these is an AC voltage. 0.9 volts. That ain't good. Maybe it's test point 4 that might be the AC voltage. Actually, my little chart here should tell me. Test point 4. It is actually AC. Let's try try that while we're here. Test point 4. 4.46. We're supposed to have 7.3 volts. So that is not a good reading. And then test point 5, supposed to be our solenoid volts, should be 43. We got 1. Okay, I've got some work to do. Whoa, that scared me. Don't do that, dryer. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna try is I have repinned all of these connectors, brand new Trifuricon style. And I did just kind of lightly sand the headers. I also made sure all the fuses were intact. That shouldn't matter for voltages though. And I did test these 2 bridge rectifiers right there. And they test good. So let's see if I get anything different. Maybe get some... Oh, that made a sound when I plugged that in. Or was that just some vibration of something? I don't know. It was weird. Also, I found this wire hanging off the back door. Don't know what that's for yet. Goes to general illumination. So maybe, where's this got to go? Ground? There's some holes up here that looks like it could have went to back there, maybe. What is all this hackery? Why are these? Oh, that's for the old board. The PSM board. What does that stand for again? Power, sound, memory? Something like that. Anyway, let's turn the machine on. Oh, wait. Holy shit, check this out. It was on. But I replaced these 2 bulbs to make sure that they were working, because I'm like, it would be nice to have indication when the machine is on. So in theory, that bulb should work if I tweak it. There we go. That's a good sign. Maybe we have our 7 volts now for our AC general illumination. I think that's what that is. So now I know when the machine is on. So that's handy. That is clutch. So let's turn that on. I've got it ground tab here. And we're on DC voltage. Let's see if we get anything better this time. No, that's not good. Hey, 15 volts. That's an improvement. What is that? Test point 2. Point 2 is supposed to be 11.3 for, what is that for? I forget what that's supposed to be for, but man, I really need my glasses too. So I think that says 11.3 volts, test point 3. And we've got what happened to my voltage? Oh, I'm supposed to be looking at test point 2, which is up here. What is this supposed to be? Test point 2, 230 volts. Ugh. Okay, we don't have that. Test point 2 is not quite 230 volts. We got 16. Test point 3, 1.2 volts. Test point 4 is AC, so forget about that. Test point 5, 1 volt. So let's check our AC voltage. Did that improve? No, it did not. Okay, well, back to the drawing board. All right, next item on the docket was to check all the fuses, make sure they are the correct values. That's a fuse I've never seen before. This is a 20 amp, but that is one serious bar in the middle. Holy crap. I didn't trust it, so I got rid of that. This is, what was this again? A 5 amp. But it was supposed to be a 4 amp, so replace that. This looks so beefy. Look at that. Apparently, according to this fuse, this is a 3/4 amp. But I don't know, man. 3/4 amp fuses, I thought, didn't look like that, so I didn't trust that either. So I got rid of those guys. Also, remove fuse F4 on rectifier board and replace with an 8 amp slow blow. I checked, it's a 7 amp slow blow, so, and it's supposed to be F4. What was F4 supposed to be again? F4 is supposed to be a 5 amp. They want you to go 8 amp. It's currently 7 amp, so I'm living with that. And you can see the fuses are looking in a lot better shape. Oh, and I used my Dremel tool to get into the fuse clip holders there and really clean out any black, some of the worst ones. I really don't think that's going to make a difference, but it's definitely worth trying, right? So we'll give this one more try. And oh yeah, another thing of note is that these resistors were friggin' hot AF to the touch. I was just like kind of grabbing it and I was about to pull it off the board just a little bit, and that almost burned my little fingertips. And this one was smoking hot too, so... Oh, I didn't mention, did I, that this leftmost fuse, that's where I pulled out a 20 amp. Hey, wait a minute, did I do this right? This is supposed to be a 10 amp. Let's just make sure, let's just confirm. There was a 20 amp fuse in there. Yeah, okay. But it's supposed to be 10 amp. Isn't it? This is F1. It's always good to quadruple check your work. F1 is supposed to be 10 amp. So this was really black, this fuse holder, and that's possibly why the resistors were scorching hot. I don't know for sure, but perhaps. What's going on with my cord here? Okay. Let's do this one more time. We've got power. Oh, this wire is off of my diagnostic button as well. Note to self. That's a long way down the line at the pace I'm going here. So, we've got DC voltage. I really expect no change, but you never know. 0.5 volt. Test point 2. It's supposed to be like 230 volts. Test point 3. Nothing. Test point 5. Nothing. No change. But at least we know the fuses are correct now. But maybe these transistors or whatever they are, maybe something's going on with those, so I gotta keep on digging. Okay, I'm back. Just had a probably 20-minute conversation with my buddy Corey Cook of London Pinball. He had me pull out the transformer panel and do all kinds of tests. Some tests of resistance, test of continuity, voltage tests. I'm testing different lugs together on the transformer. I'm testing lugs to fuse clips to test points to ground to, I tested about 50 different things. And we've confirmed a couple things. One is that test point 1 voltage is in fact a little low. That's my switch lighting, so my controlled lighting. So there's a chance, he said, that at the voltage that it's at, my controlled lamps might be a little dim. That's something I can live with for now until I want to, you know, delve deeper. We tested a whole bunch of things, including these guys, the resistors, fuse clips, to figure out why test point 1 is low. We haven't quite figured that out just yet. But that's on the back burner of Corey's brain, so he may wake up with a resolution. He's really dreaming. Oh, he just texted me. I don't understand how that's possible. Oh, okay, so here's the other thing. I have confirmed that, so here's the ground that I was using, right? So we go turn this into continuity. All right, we got ground going up to the metal plate, then through to the screw, then to the bracket, and then from the bracket, we're supposed to be getting ground here. We're not getting it. Or ground here. Not getting it. So, effectively, the test point that I was using was just not working properly. So Corey just texted me back. I said, I can confirm there's no continuity in ground. And his response was something like, I do not understand how that is possible. And I also do not. So that is a potential problem. I don't know what it all means, but when using proper ground, so I can't really, how can I show you this here? I don't know. Here, hold on 1 second. Okay, this is a little precarious. So that is a good ground there at the bottom of that resistor. So now, I'm going to try and test here without moving things around too much. Test point 2. It's high voltage, so I don't recommend this. Look, 180. That's what we want. Test point 3. There's our... Hold on. Oh, shit. That's what you gotta not do. 14 volts. It's perfect. Test point 4 is AC. And then test point 5 should be our solenoid voltage. And look at that. So it's just this test point 1, which is a little low. But the problem is that I was testing using this ground, which is normally reliable. So there's something weird going on where the ground isn't transferring from here to where it should on the board. So that's the lesson for the day. I don't know how long of an episode this is, but it's time for me to go to bed. So we'll continue on the next one. Okay, quick little bit of bonus footage here. I wrapped everything up, I shut everything down, I went upstairs, and then Corey messaged me and got me to like check continuity of this ground strap from here to see where it goes, through the line filter down here, up and around the coin door and down to the power switch, and I'm testing continuities, and he's making me check the line filter box, and we're checking ground from the top of the line filter here to the plug end. Everything's checking out. Then he's like, how many wires are coming out of the bottom of the line filter? And I sent him a photo of these 2 wires. And he said, you've got a green wire that's not connected to anything. And sure as shit, he was right. This green wire right here was not attached. It was just dangling down here. So he said that I needed to connect it to the case of the line filter, so I just temporarily screwed it there. And then went into continuity test and check it out. We need continuity from bottom of R1 to the case, and put it in continuity test, and we have success. So there's your bonus footage. Me and Corey were, well, I was sending him a bunch of little videos, and I don't know, maybe I'll add them at the end there because they're kind of fun. So you can see my troubleshooting shenanigans. Anyway, small baby steps, but moving forward. So here, I'll show you just for fun. So fun. Ground. You can hear that beeping. Ground to the metal plate, right? Does it go over here? Yes. Here? Yes. The screw? Yes. The plate? Yes. All kinds of continuity. When we go here, nothing. We go here, nothing. Nada. Okay, so the ground goes from here to here, kind of touching the line filter box, down around here, comes out through there, and it goes up and around and down to the power switch. Yep, continuity is good to the filter box. Yeah, the ground wire's on there good, and testing from there to the ground pin, we have continuity too. Okay, I just connected the green wire there temporarily just to test theories. I'm in continuity test, and check it out. Yay!